morning, YouTube. And today is Thanksgiving, and we have a lot to be thankful for, don't we? Many times we forget the wonderful things God has done for us. Today we are going to continue in the Philpot Devotional with the reading taken from the passage of Scripture, 1 Corinthians 3:11. For other foundation can no man lay than that is laid, which is Jesus Christ. We are very eager to put our hands to work like Uzzah. We must needs prop up the ark when we see it stumbling. When faith totters, we must come to bear a helping hand, but this is prejudicial to the work of God upon the soul if the whole world is to be a spiritual building. If we are living stones built upon a living head, and every stone in that spiritual temple must be laid by God the Spirit. And if so, everything of nature, of creature, of self must be effectually laid low, that Christ may be all, that Christ and Christ alone may be formed in our heart, the hope of glory. How many trials some of you have passed through. How many sharp and cutting exercises, how many harassing temptations, how many sinkings of heart, how many fiery darts from hell, how many doubts and fears, how much hard bondage, how many galling chains, how often has the very iron entered into your soul? Why? That you may be prevented from adding one stone by your own hands to the spiritual building. The apostle tells us that other foundation can no man lay than that is laid, even Jesus Christ. He then speaks of those who build wood, hay, and stubble must be burned with fire. It is after the Lord has laid a foundation, the sinner's conscience brought him near to himself, made Jesus precious to his soul, raised up hope and love in his heart, that he is so apt to take materials God never recognizes, wood, hay, straw, and stubble, and rear thereby a flimsy structure of his own. But this gives way in the trying hour. It cannot stand one gust of temptation, one spark of the wrath to come. One discovery of God's great dread majesty will burn up this wood, hay, and stubble like straw in the oven. The Lord's people therefore have to pass through the troubles, trials, exercises, and temptations, doubts, and fears, and all that harassing path that they usually walk in, that they may be prevented from erecting a superstructure of nature upon the foundation of grace, wood, hay, and stubble upon the glorious mystery of incarnate God. J.C. Philpot, 1802 to 1869. What are some of the examples of wood, hay, and stubble? Well, let's try church membership. Let's try missionary trips. Let's try the doctrine of free will, Roman Catholicism, Mariolatry, worshiping images, idolatry. These are the things that we often look to try to build our faith upon. And Roman Catholicism is coming back into this country like by a storm, thanks to the likes of J.I. Packer and Colson and others who brought about evangelicals and Catholics together. The only thing that we can stand upon is the solid rock, Jesus Christ. God bless.